Mudryk is very pissed off at Chelsea. Potter nearing a sack, and they've just lost another game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And now today has been one of those games that Chelsea came in through knowing that they would go ahead at Spurs and really beat them up, because a team known as Chelsea is not having Bentancur and a player called they're not having Bentancur and a player called this guy Yefis Bissouma. And you know Yefis Bissouma very well, that he's one of the best CDMs in the Premier League. He plays as a box-to-box midfielder as well, and you know that he used to do that well at Brighton, but ever since they brought him at Tottenham Hotspur, he looks like he's not really moving on very well, and it looks like it's not a signing of the manager, that is Antonio Conte. But we are going to discuss about the result later, but I want to talk about Mudryk. Mudryk is really looking pissed at Chelsea. He's not feeling at home, having really been bought at 100 million euros from Shakhtar Donetsk to a side known as Chelsea. Now, when you look at him very well, the last game he started, he had a misunderstanding with Cucurella, and it looks like there is a very huge breakout between Mudryk and Cucurella, because ever since that game, I've not seen Cucurella start a game for Chelsea. It has been Ben Chilwell playing those games in the Premier League, in the Champions League. That's been Ben Chilwell, and as it stands, looks like the manager took it serious, and it was reflected in that game against West Ham, because Cucurella, in the entire minutes that Mudryk spent on the field of play, close to 60 minutes, he never played him in. Yet, Cucurella was a left back, Mudryk was the left attacking midfielder, meaning that you are supposed to be interchanging passes. That's it. But that never came to materialization for all those number of minutes that he played, for 60 to 65 minutes. And every time he looked like he was going to pass him, he damaged him, changed direction and passed it the other way. And that video made lots of circulation on social media, and Mudryk was really pissed off because he was not being played in by this player. Now, I think that really brought to Mudryk to go all out, and like a post on Instagram that indicated that Mudryk is really being isolated at Chelsea and not being played in by the guy known as Cucurella. And the differences surged. When they surged, it really brought a heat-up situation in the dressing room of Chelsea. When you look at the things happening at Chelsea, it just shows you that there is a heat-up in that dressing room. Though there are no leakages right now, but trust me, very soon, we are going to get to know what is really happening in that dressing room. Mudryk is the best left attacking forward at Chelsea, but he's not being played in. In the game of Southampton, he played like 15 minutes. Today, he has played like 17 minutes. He came on too with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and you ask yourself, in a game like this, where at the beginning of the first half, you concede one goal, why don't you bring on Mudryk? Because when he starts off, he's a very good player, and him off the bench is an impactful player. All those decisions taken by Graham Potter shows you how he has fallen out with this guy, and Mudryk is totally pissed about the treatment of Chelsea. And putting the treatment aside, the results at Chelsea are not appeasing at all. They are not appeasing. They are not good for the eye. They've left Graham Potter in a very, very bad situation. But for Mudryk, I think his spirit is down. Amid his Chelsea going out to play some social media gimmicks by really uploading a video of him acting well in training because we thought I was going to start, and the manager benched him, yet he's the best player. And tell me, which manager in the world benches a player of 100 million euros? That is out. That is out, because this player was not bought by Thomas Tuchel. He was bought in your era. Meaning that if you get him in, you're supposed to be playing him game in, game out, such that he gets used and starts to put in performances. In his debut against Liverpool, Mudryk played 25 minutes, and that cameo was really good. He passed the eye test and the acid test too in only 25 minutes. But in the game of Fulham, he came up through, played very badly. He played only 45 minutes, was taken off, and Mudryk was brought on. After the game, the manager told us that he had a cold, and that was a lie. That was a lie. The player's body reaction or body language showed us that there is something wrong. And ever since then, if at all you've been monitoring this guy and his body language, every time he comes out on the field of play, it shows you that there is something not right in that Chelsea dressing room. The boy is not okay. The boy is not okay. And in the world of football, what happens? The most expensive people at the team are the players. The manager, it's easy sacking him and getting him his £60 million refund. He goes away. But look at the players. Do you know what it means to terminate Mykhailo Mudryk's contract? You get? Because they bought him at 100 million euros, and if at all he feels he cannot use him, this player will go all out and cause chaos. Toddy Boyle is also one of them to blame, because if Mudryk does not perform highly, his transfer strategies and plans would be binned. That's it. They'll go down in the bin, because Mudryk wanted Arsenal. You went and hijacked the deal. You signed a player who never wanted to come to your team. And these are the results. So, as it stands, Mudryk is pissed. Porter is nearing a sack. That's it. Porter is nearing a sack. He's complaining about injuries, but he's having very many players available. You get? If you can't get Koulibaly, Badishil, Thiago Silva, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Zakaria, Enzo Fernandez, Sterling, Aubameyang, Mykhailo Mudryk, Mudryk, very many players, Kai Havertz. If you are a coach and you cannot get something beautiful out of those players, then you are going to be sacked. You're going to be sacked. Unless otherwise, Chelsea write off their season and they call it off and they tell Graham Potter, do your job. You're going to be having a very good preseason. Then we are going to rate you next season. Next season, we are giving you 10 games. If you really mess them up, you are out. That's it. But if it's not that, they are going to sack him. They are going to sack him, and it's really going to be very much annoying. But for him, he'll walk away a happy man, because a lot of money is going to be put onto his account, because his contract is worth £60 million. You sack him, you are supposed to compensate him up. So that's it. And for Chelsea today, they've lost another game against Southampton. You get? Sorry. Southampton was last weekend. This weekend, they've lost to a side called Tottenham Hotspur, a London derby that I've seen them suffer at their own stadium. And the stats were really good for Chelsea. They had the possession. They had 2 shots on target, 10. Spurs had 3 and scored 2. They had lots of things on their side, but they don't score those goals. They don't score those goals. And at this juncture, I come to understand that this is where you go all out and start to know how to really interchange. This Chelsea squad, you can't tell me. Guys, let me show you. I think Graham Potter is having something that is not going well with the players, because this team is really a good team. This team is really a very, very good team. Look at it. So, this team of Chelsea, as a Balaga, Reece James, Chilwell, Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, nice back four. Ruben, Loftus-Cheek, and remember Silva got off and got on Fafana. Enzo Fernandez, the double pivot. You get Sterling, Yao Felix, Ziyech, Havertz. Why can't that team perform? Why can't that team perform? And let me show you his bench. He's complaining about players, but let me show you his bench of Chelsea. Buddy Shield, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Mykhailo Mudryk, Mason Mount, Dennis Zakaria, Conor Gallagher, Wesley Fofana, and Mudryk. Guys, do you think he should be one of those managers to come out and really complain about injuries? Because I've seen him today again in his post-match press conference saying that injuries are really not doing us great. And let me show you Spurs and how they are looking. Spurs is looking horrible. You get from the goalkeeper. Their first choice goalkeeper is out. You know him very well. He goes by the names of Loris. Romero, Eric Dyer, Lenglet. That is the back three. It has conceded when they are playing any elite team in the Premier League. But this time around, they've not gone ahead to concede even against Chelsea. It shows you how bad Chelsea is really looking. Emerson, Skip. Look, Skip is playing in the midfield and Hojberg. Then Ben Davies, Kulusevski, Richarlison, Kane. Here they are okay. But their defense, to me, it's abysmal. This area can be exploited. You get? But they couldn't. And there is no way Potter is surviving, according to me, because his next game, I think, is playing against Borussia Dortmund, if at all I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. All right, he's playing against Leeds in the midweek. In the midweek, he's playing against Leeds, and I don't know whether he's going to go ahead and really get out of that game. Is it even the midweek? It's not the midweek. It's on 4th March. That is on Saturday. He's playing against Leeds. Then midweek, next week, he's playing Borussia Dortmund. So I think there is no more time for him to stay at Chelsea. He has done his job, and I think he's going to get sacked. He's going to get himself sacked, according to me, and I don't see him anywhere coming close to staying at the club of Chelsea. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Tell me your thoughts about Mudryk getting pissed and Potter nearing a sack at Chelsea after losing to Tottenham Hotspur by 2-1. I think his winning rate is like at 10% or even 9 or 5. So that's it. I'm watching the Carabao Cup final. United is leading by 2-2 now as per now. So let's wait and see how everything is going to go on and really pan out. And we'll be here onto this channel bringing latest information on who has really gone ahead to win the Carabao Cup. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. Don't forget to subscribe. I sign out for now. See you later. Goodbye for now. See you later.